Good day, Crime Talk aficionados. Today is August 13th, and today is the 1-year anniversary from the time that Shannan Watts, Bella, and Celeste, and Shannan's unborn child went missing, and we learned ultimately killed by Chris Watts. Now, a lot of people are completely over this story, and we're not going to get into a big discussion about it, but we want to give you a quick timeline of how things developed over the last year, and you can watch it or you can turn it off. But if you do watch it, we hope you enjoy it. And remember, if you like the channel, subscribe. If you like the video, hit the like button and leave us a comment. And remember, we're here to talk about it. On August 13th, 2018, Christopher Watts, who lives in Frederick, Colorado, strangled his pregnant wife, Shannan, in their home and then drove her body, along with their 2 girls, to a rural Weld County oil site. There, he buried his wife in a shallow grave, then killed his daughters with his bare hands before dumping their bodies in an oil tank battery. Here is how the murder investigation, which attracted international attention, unfolded. On June 11th, Shannan Watts records a video of her surprising her husband, Chris, with news that she's pregnant for a 3rd time. June 14th, Shannan Watts records a video of 4-year-old Bella singing a song about how much she loves her dad.
My daddy is a hero. He helps me grow up strong.
Chris Watts begins a relationship with co-worker Nichol Kessinger, and they exchange contact information in their phones, and Kessinger ultimately becomes Chris Watts' mistress. June 17th, Chris Watts tells Nichol Kessinger he is married and has kids, but is in the process of a separation.
And he didn't have a wedding ring on his finger. And every time I talked to him, he didn't tell me that he was in a relationship. He didn't even mention his kids right away either. And then one day he told me that he had 2 kids. I was like, that's pretty cool.
June 19th, Shannan Watts shares a picture from her first ultrasound and writes that her husband is the, quote, best dad us girls could ask for, end quote. July 4th, Nichol Kessinger goes to Chris Watts' house for the first time to set up his diet and weight loss exercise goals. He's invited her to his home, according to her statement to the police. July 7th, the first phone call is logged between Chris Watts and Nichol Kessinger. July 10th, signs of tension begin to show in the Watts marriage, according to their text messages. July 18th, Kessinger sends Chris Watts semi-nude photos of herself, which he stores on a secret calculator app on his phone. July 28th, Chris Watts and Kessinger visit the Great Sand Dunes National Park and spend the night at a nearby campground.
There you go, baby. Damn sexy.
Thank you so much for coming out here with me, Christopher. I'm having a wonderful time. You mean a lot to me, and I'm glad that you're having a blast. I am so out of breath.
July 31st, Chris Watts flies to North Carolina for the final week of his family's vacation. He and Shannan Watts' reunion does not appear to be happy. August 4th, Shannan Watts sends her husband a long text message accusing him of failing to stand up for her after his parents exposed their daughter Celeste to nuts which she is allergic to. Shannan Watts appears to have had a fight with her in-laws. She also tells her husband, Chris, that he hasn't shown any signs of missing her in the weeks that they have been apart. Nichol Kessinger searches for wedding dresses on the internet for over 2 hours, according to a review of her cell phone data. August 9th, Shannan Watts leaves for a quick business trip to Arizona. On the way to Arizona, she tells a friend that she had her, quote, best talk yet, end quote, with Chris the night before. August 11th, Chris Watts hires a babysitter, saying he's going to a Colorado Rockies game with his coworkers. In reality, he takes Nichol Kessinger on a date to a sports bar in Erie, Colorado.
The house. Chris, Celeste, and Bella are there. Mm-hmm. All right. And does Chris tell you what he wants you to do, or tell me what Chris tells you? You said, sorry, let me back up real quick. Shannan was not home. She was somewhere else.
Yes.
Where was she?
Arizona for her work.
And Chris told you that?
Yes, and I had seen posts on Facebook because I'm friends with Shannan on Facebook.
So you knew.
Yeah.
But Chris told you the same?
Yes.
Okay. So just tell me your conversation with Chris when you show up.
I walked in and then he asked what kind of pizza I liked because he was going to order me and the girls pizza for dinner. So he got on the phone and ordered them pizza. He gave them their medicine before he left because he didn't want me to have to worry about that. And they were already in their pajamas, and he said I just have to play with them and then at 7 o'clock lay them down to go to bed. And he
told you to put them down at 7 p.m.?
Yes. And he just showed me where their cameras were for their rooms and showed me how to...
What kind of cameras?
They were like installed on the wall, and there was like this little mini thing I could watch to make sure they were okay in their beds.
So like a little television you were watching and you could see the kids?
Yeah, it was like a handheld, and it switched back from each room.
Okay, was that part of their video surveillance or was it separate?
I think it was separate.
Okay.
And then...
do you know if that recorded or was it just live?
I think it was just live.
Okay.
And then he gave me a cell phone number just in case I needed anything.
Do you remember what that is?
No, it was on the counter and I didn't need it. And then Shannan was texting me and she was like, "Are the girls okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, they're fine."
August 13th, 1:48 a.m. A neighbor's surveillance camera captures Shannan Watts returning home from her business trip in Arizona. Later that morning, Watts said he and his wife got into an argument when he woke up to get ready for work. He told investigators she accused him of cheating. He snapped and that he strangled her. 5:27 a.m. Surveillance footage shows Chris Watts loading up his work truck and leaving home. August 13th, 1:40 p.m. After looking through the house, a neighbor invites Chris Watts and a police officer over to his property to review his home surveillance footage, which would ultimately disprove Chris Watts' story that his wife left with the girls while he was at work. August 14th, early afternoon, Chris Watts appears on Denver 7 to talk about his wife and his daughter's disappearance.
And that afternoon, her friend Nichol showed up at the door. Like, I had texted Shannan a few times that day, called her, say, but she never got back to me, but she wasn't getting back to any of her people as well. And that's what really concerned a lot of people, is like, if she's not getting back to her, like, if she doesn't get back to me, that's fine, like, she gets busy during the day.
Officers discover Chris Watts has a mistress and he fails a lie detector test. He ultimately admits to strangling his wife and burying her in a shallow grave in an oil site. Chris Watts is arrested on suspicion of 3 first-degree murder charges and 3 charges of tampering with a deceased human body. August 21st, Shannan Watts' family appears in court as Chris Watts makes his first appearance. November 6th, Chris Watts pleads guilty to all 9 counts against him. November 15th, Nichol Kessinger speaks out in an interview with the Denver Post. November 19th, Chris Watts is ultimately sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole for the death of Shannan, Bella, and Celeste. He receives an additional 48 years for the death of his unborn child. December 2018, Chris Watts is moved to Wisconsin from the Colorado Department of Corrections due to safety concerns for Chris Watts' life. July 22nd of 2019, Shannan Watts' father, Frank Ruzick, returns to Colorado for a plea to stop online bullying, specifically requesting that they stop harassing his family.
Entitled to profit off our loss, we urge you, please stop. And for the people who are interested in this case, who feel compelled to comment and discuss, please stick to the truth. It is painful enough for us to just dealing with the reality. Reading the insane conspiracy theories, ugly false rumors, and lies only make it more painful. Finally, to the people who have stood with us, who have supported us and prayed for us and our family. For Shannan and her grandchildren, we can't thank you enough. God bless you all, and thank you for your time. Thank you.
August 13, 2019. No other individuals have been charged in the death of Shannan, Bella, and Celeste. It's likely that no additional persons will ever be charged in the death of Shannan, Bella, and Celeste Watts. We hope that you enjoyed this summary of the events of the Chris Watts case over the last year. It is truly a tragedy that never had to take place. If Chris Watts wanted a divorce, he could have done that. He didn't need to kill his wife, 2 young girls, and unborn child. On the 1-year anniversary, regardless of people's opinions about who did what, the reality of it is 3 innocent people are deceased that did not need to be. And we'll just leave it at that. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video and leave us a comment of your thoughts. Have a great day.